you hear a noise. A sending stone in your back pocket, in one of the secret compartments that you keep. A small sending stone is...
I'll retrieve it.
As you hold it aloft and move it so that it can create noise, you hear a voice say, "This is Talon to Wingspan, Talon to Wingspan."
Yes.
I am in position, and I am reporting that Egghead is preparing to break curfew and sneak out of the house to go to a party. And you said that she's not allowed to leave, but she's about to leave, and she has no idea that I'm here. She has no idea that I can see her. She's about to do it.
Oh my God!
This is kind
This is your son,
My son,
Kier.
yeah.
This is your son, Kier. He's using code names for
Talon,
you, himself,
Talon.
and your daughter that you have never heard before. They change a lot. The code names change a lot depending on what he thinks is cooler that week. And you are standing in a room with a dead body listening to your son describe your daughter about to head out to one of what have to presumably be many parties happening on the eve of the replenishment.
Sure. Talon 2, this is Wingspan. Say again, this is Wingspan. Communication's a little shoddy.
Wow.
Did you say Egghead is snuck out?
Affirmative. I see her. She snuck downstairs into the kitchen, and she got a bottle normally reserved for Wingspan and Clear Eye, and I saw her take a swig from it, and then she made a face like it was really bad, and then she took another swig from it, and then made a face like it was even worse. I don't know what it's about, but I know she's up to no good.
This is very good, Talon 2. Very good.
No.
You are in no way to engage with Egghead. She's dealing in dark magic.
I knew it.
Keep an eye, but keep your distance. I kind of look over my shoulder at the door in the room. I'll be home when I can. I love you very much.
Is that, oh, I love you too, Dad. Sorry, I thought we were still doing some.
No, Talon 2. Keep objective professionalism.
Yeah.
No telling who could be watching.
Copy that, Wingspan, and me too. Me too.
Thanks, son. I'll be home later.
Okay. Do you know if Mom's supposed to come home tomorrow, or is she gonna miss the whole? Is she gonna miss the whole replenishment?
I don't know. I don't know. I think she's gonna try and make it back by tomorrow. Your mom's a very busy scientist, brilliant woman, as you know. But she works at her own pace. But I'm sure if she can be here, she will be.
Affirmative. We'll keep an eye to the skies, Pop, and Wingspan, and I'll tail Egghead and make sure that no funny business.
Okay, copy that, Talon 2. Don't get again too close and stay away from the evil dark magic liquor drinks that she's.
Don't worry, Dad. I already collected a vial and I stored it in my evidence locker.
Talon 2. Where would this evidence locker be located?
The evidence locker is in a secret compartment under my bed. No, it's in a different place. Don't worry. Nothing else is under my bed. I have to go. I gotta go real quick, but I'll talk to you soon.
All right, talk to you too, Talon 2. Over and out.
Over and out.
It's actually just over, but it says over. Out.
Your kid's a snitch. Yeah,
And you're a big fan of that.
Yeah, my son's loyal. You know who's loyal to his life. That was fucking amazing. Oh my God.
Cerrit.
Me?
We go to you outside. I need to know what you're doing. What are you doing? I need to know what you're doing.
Yeah, no, I left. I'm an immediate beeline for the Cloudstone.
Okay.
I'm heading to the Hawk's Nest, and I'm heading to my office. I'm going back to that room. I just want to see, has there been attack? Is anyone
The Hawk's
alive?
Nest is mostly empty. It's the middle of the night. You know, people are either out on watch or doing whatever. You fly to your room. There are no documents on your desk.
Yeah, figures. I take the sending stone out of my pocket.
Okay, you take it out.
And I say, Talon 2. Talon 2, come in.
Wingspan, Talon reporting in.
Fuck no!
Talon 2, I need you to listen. Kier, listen to me very carefully. I need you to find your sister and meet me at home. Can you do that?
Wingspan, who do you think you're even talking to? I followed Egghead, and Dad, remember, code names.
Sorry.
I followed Egghead. She doesn't have any idea I'm here. She's talking to a girl at a party. She's got, I think she's a Triton because she's got like blue hair, and they're
Talon
talking a
2,
lot.
listen, this is
They're talking
very,
a lot, and they're drinking stuff. They're drinking stuff.
very exciting.
There's a big party. It's at the Sorcerer's University. It's there's a bunch of kids. Everyone's talking about a fireworks extravaganza. I'm not sure if it was even permitted.
Kier, listen to me. Get Egghead and tell her it's an emergency. You know what we talked about before. This is important. Please get her and come home as fast as you can. Do you copy?
I copy, Dad. Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. Remember, code names.
Sorry. Wingspan. Roger that. Mission and objective set. Gather Egghead and rendezvous at home base. Over and out.
Out.
I love you, Dad.
I love you too.
Where does Sarah go now?
I'm gonna make my way to the Cloudstone, and I'm going to gather. First of all, I approach the Cloudstone cautiously. I
Yes.
expect an ambush at every corner. I'm gathering things for Kier, things for Maya. I'm putting them in a small bundle, and I'm waiting for them to get back. When I'm in the house and there's nothing to do but to wait for them to come back, I'm going to check in.
So you go to Cloudstone, you look at everything you can, and then you're gonna go back to your house. That's the plan, right?
Yeah, I wanna get them out.
While you are at the Hawk's Nest, you search your office, nothing there. You go to find, it's right down the hall from you. You go into Orwin's office.
Oh yeah.
It's quiet in here, door's locked. You open it, and you see 2 feet sticking out from behind the desk, prone.
I unholster the Hawks.
Hey.
I look around the room. 10 feet blind sight. Anyone in here but me and him, or the feet?
Blood's had time to sink into the carpet. There's no one in here.
He's my old partner. I'll walk around the side of the desk.
You walk. You see, as he was bleeding out, the artifacts are gone. The things from the crime scene are gone. But you look, Orwin was a good eye of Avalier. And he looks up in death, and you can see from some of the drag marks here that he took a couple out with him. In his hands, you see that there are 2 magical items. They are a simple thing. You know what they are. The eyes need to use magical items like these because you guys aren't wizards, and you have to make it make sense in this world of magic and insanity, and try to find reason and logic in a place that seems ruled by the belief that there are never going to be prices or consequences for any of this. They're simple magic items. There's 2 of them. They're like potions. You break them, and they do the spell that they're supposed to do. They're called Runes of Recall. You see scrawled in the script of a dying man to his old friend. He says, I don't know how much time we got. They're for your kids. They're keyed to the mom. Wishing you all the... And that's all that he had strength to write.
Thank you, my old friend. I'm sorry I missed all this. I'll take them.
2 Runes of Recall. 2 tickets out. Your wings spread. You leave the hawk's nest for what rapidly feels like it may be the last time. And you fly home. You fly as fast as your wings will carry you. And for the first time, we see them, Maya and Kier, standing in front of you. Both of your children are home.
They're home.
You see Maya looks up at you, your daughter, who is a young teenager, got a little bit of awkward plumage molt, like teenager molt around her neck. Shout out to Sunny. You see that she looks and she goes, Dad, I wasn't drinking. All right, just like another kid saw it at the party. I didn't know that there was anything.
I know, honey. It's all right. It's okay. I didn't see any of this coming. Are you okay? Are you hurt?
Well, we were doing.
Where's your brother?
Up in the rafters, hiding. You see your son with holding his little thing. Says, "Copy, I'm here."
Kier, please come down here.
A light's down. Hey, Dad.
Okay. I look out the windows behind them. I just do a quick 180 sweep as fast as I can. Is there anything perched, any danger, anything following them? Is this room clear for the next 30 seconds?
Give me a perception check.
Why couldn't you just say yes? 23.
You do not detect any invisible presences. To your knowledge, it is safe. Hearing distant noises, you're rattled. You're not working on a baseline.
No.
You see, it has not gotten to the point yet where Kier and Maya, the screams they're hearing could just be 4 a.m. night of the replenish. It's hard. It's like, is that someone being crazy and drunk outside, or is that something else? So both of your children look at you, and Maya says, Dad, what's wrong?
I'm gonna tell you all about this at some point. I promise. It'll be an incredible story, but right now, I have a surprise for the both of you.
As you say that, you see that Kier looks down, as does Maya. Maya points to your hand and says, Dad, why is your ring glowing?
Oh! Why are you like this?
Oh, God.
It glows when danger is near,
Okay.
which means that you need to get out of here. I have a special gift, and I take out the
runes of
runestones. Yeah. This is for each of you. It's going to take you to your mother. She's very excited to see you. But I need you to listen to me. Whatever you do, don't come back until I find you. Stay away from the city.
Dad, why are you talking like this? Is
Maya,
everything
it's very
okay?
important that you listen to me. Yes, it's okay, but I need you to listen very carefully. It's up to you to take care of you and your brother. Do you understand?
Well, you see, Kier says, but if the city's not safe, what about my friends at school? And wait, we had a... And you see,
Kier.
Maya says, Dad, why are you talking like this? Like, we're going to come back
I understand. I take her hand. I open it. Kier, come here. I open his hand as well. I love the both of you so much. So much.
Dad.
I take the stones, I close their hands, and I clasp them shut.
You see, they look with those stones in their hand. All that they need to do is break those stones in their hand, and the spell will take effect. You see that Mila looks up and says, Dad. And you see Kier starts crying and goes, Dad, did I do something wrong?
No, baby. I'll always have my eye on you, and I squeeze their hands.
And both of them vanish as you see Maya goes, wait! And they're gone.
You said that because you're the same order.
The ring slowly stops glowing. They're out of the city. And you stand in the home you built with rain. It's so quiet, and it hasn't been quiet in years. You look at your ring and the emblem of the Eyes of Avalier. Looking at this home and all the noise that would be here with young kids growing up. I think it occurs to you how much time this ring took from being in this home. Because there may never be the sounds of home and hearth, life and laughter in this place again. Give me an insight check, if you would be so kind.
Yeah. 26.
Cerrit looks at the symbol of the Eyes of Avalier on his ring. The eye is sculpted to look down, ever watchful, the eyes of a city in the clouds. On a 26 insight, you found many threats to the city of Avalier. Long years of being exceptional, perceptive, intelligent, clever. Your eyes ever peering down. Cultists and criminals, even some magisters, some corrupt officials, but on a 26 insight, often ones without friends or connections. The Eyes of Avalier never looked up. And the price you paid was that here at the end of things, you still don't get to hear the laughter of your children in this home, as was the case so many long nights of devotion and service. Where does Cerrit go in his mind in this moment, and what does he do?
Cerrit slowly takes the ring off of his finger and almost absent-mindedly starts to walk to his home office just down the hallway. Pushes the door open. And as you'd probably imagine, it's a wreck. Papers, pictures, drawings, cups, dishes. The remnants of all of his work, of his obsession, of his craft, of his eye. And he's furious. He goes over and snatches a candle and
looks around and holds it to a nearby wall. And watches it just dance up.
The flames move up. You step back out into the hallway. You are perhaps unparalleled in all the world at discerning fact from fiction, from spotting lies. And the last lie you told was to get your children out of here. And outside your office, you see a small little indentation in the wall, a little discolored patch where young kids would come and get their little food-stained hands up on the wall and press their head against the door to see if they could hear what you were working on.
I see that. Even as I start to hear the familiar sounds of flame, I head over to their rooms. I open the threshold and just stand. And I take in how long it's been since I just looked. Really looked. Here. Not outside of this dwelling, but here.
Your brilliant detective's mind looks at a room and begins to piece together stories, tiny fractions of a detail. From the turn of a corner of a notebook on Maya's desk, you see that she has an incredible talent for history. Otherwise, why would she have gotten so far ahead in that chapter book? You look and see under Kier's bed the telltale carpet throw of a child hiding some kind of toy weapon or something that he shouldn't have, and see from the shape of it that they are small hand axes. And here in this moment, you put all of your vast intellect to work so that as the flames begin to lick the wall behind you, you solve the mystery of who your children were.
Well, that's just not cool. But true. As it burns behind me, I think of where I've come from, a family devoted to this city. I think of where my family has gone, and I let all of it die for now, because there has to be focus for what comes next.
Cerrit, you hear in your stone, Wingspan, this is Clear Eye.
I hear you, Clear Eye.
What's happening?
You sound so afraid. Don't be. Are you with your mother?
You speak now to... You see that the stone gets grabbed by your son. He says, Dad, this is Talon. We're back in... Where... And you hear the voice of your wife, Rain, go, Darling, we are in Grissar. All is well. Let me speak to your father.
Okay, remember code names.
And you see, she says, Wingspan, I'm here. They're both here. They're both here. Tell me you're coming.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I was never there. I'm sorry I never saw you or them. If I can, I promise I will make it up to you.
That's a promise, Dad. That's a promise.
Darlings, I want you to go inside. Everything's gonna be all right. You hear the noise of your children. Darling, is this goodbye?
No. No. Those children are the best thing we ever did. And it's gonna take a lot more than this to stop me from getting back to them and you.
You begin to hear the rumbling. Darling, I want you to know, don't in your heart have this, don't feel regret. Moments seem like they're gonna last forever all the time. You look for problems, darling. I know you see the moments that you weren't there. Our children loved you, and I do too. You're a great father. You're a great man. And I don't know why. The eruption of energy. Stone goes dark. You hear the noise of collapse in the labyrinth outside. Cerrit, in this final moment, knowing that there's chaos outside, the halls are crumbling, energy is being released. Do you attempt to keep your promise to try and make your way out, or do you accept what is to come?
I'll move to the door. And look, my children deserve that. My eyes go wide, feathers up.
Can I send him across the bond? The labyrinth that I know so well, like directions to the closest viewing window that he could potentially make his way out of.
The directions to the yes, absolutely. This will be our final roll of this campaign.
You have bardic inspiration.
I do. A D10?
A D10.
And mechanically that's giving advantage, correct?
I do.
You have a die of bardic inspiration. You have advantage. This is the calamity. The DC we are setting is 30.
How
And
is he
this-
all the way across the room?
He is most of the way across the room, I believe. Yes. Why?
I'll try to just throw him my talisman. I have a pact boon talisman.
And that adds a
A D4 if he fails.
D4 if he fails. You're going to roll this with advantage. And you have a die of inspiration. Let's roll the inspiration first.
Inspiration first.
See what you're adding.
Come on. That's cocked. 8.
Okay. You're rolling with advantage, and if you fail, you get a D4.
What
The
what am I rolling?
Investigation, which is plus now with that inspiration plus 21.
Come on, Justice. You've got this.
It's a plus what?
Plus 21.
That's a 31. It's a 10.
No way.
Laren and Loquacious embrace. Your movement is the only thing that saves you, that you can move 150 feet around. Underneath you, Raushan and Kamort are released. You made sure it would work. Fire and earth together. Magma, lava, veins of red opening in the earth. As Avalier crumbles and the magic spreads, sprinting through collapsing tunnels, soaring as fast as you can through tight turns.
Do we still have some remnant of a telepathic bond?
Yes.
Can I reach out to Laren
Yeah.
and say, the brass ring endures. I want you to know you gave us a chance.
I don't think you hear anything back. Just you feel relief.
The continent of Dominus will have been unfamiliar to most people prior to the beginning of our story. Because in the modern age of Exandria, the chain of islands known as the Shattered Teeth is all that remains.
Okay.
The most it could be contained to ensure that it would work was the land of Dominus. The earth opens, and fire and stone shatters a continent. The calamity will last for centuries, and at the end of it, 2/3 of those living beings of Exandria will be no more. Some large amount of that greater number died not only in the first year, but in the first moments of calamity. As Raushan and Kamort, believing that they will rejoin the betrayer gods, are instead unmade, disenchanted, bound to a surging ley line, and fired, diffused through as many realms as the Layrite could send them through. 2 great titans are destroyed. Say what you will about the Age of Arcanum, but great workings were indeed possible. Gone from Exandria, those primordials do not join the betrayers. And as they do not join the betrayers, though it will see centuries of strife and ruin, one day, the people of Exandria will triumph, and the calamity will end. Many will be lost. Divinity will be forever sequestered behind the divine gate. But at the end of it all, hope will return, as many times as it needs to. The eruption of ash and fire, molten stone, sends a cloud of ash and shadow that will cover Exandria for 100 years. marking the beginning of this age of ruin. Fire embraces Patia and Nidus. A different fire awaits the first night. And the fire, as brightly as it may burn, does not burn so brightly as your love, which shines the brightest in your last moment, having given this world a chance. Ash, heat, rising faster than you can imagine from the earth. And on a 31, at the very top of that cloud, the last member of the brass ring gets to keep his promise to his family. You fly for weeks over oceans choked by ash and soot. You don't get to give your kids the world that they deserve, but you get to give them the world that they can fight for with you. In that reunion is a memory of this place and time preserved. I don't know that I can promise the future of Cerrit, his wife and their children, nor the future of those children aboard the ships of the Golden Scythe, nor Evandrin and Elias out amongst the stars. We've told a story of the coming of a time of darkness, the coming of calamity, of shadow and fire and ruin. Why do we tell stories? To try to make sense of a world that can be terrifying and enormous. In Exandria, I don't know that your story will long be known. I don't know who will remain to tell it. But it did happen, and it did matter. And though calamity is here because of you, it will not be here forever. Thanks so much for watching.